And if we have the blessing of living with them for some time, we see that they have become transformed. They're not ordinary people. We see that they have something that I want. We see that they seem to be established in some inner truth that I want to get to. And so from the testimony of those who have come close to or who have realized God, we get a conviction. And then I begin to practice. And I begin to sense the same thing even long before I realize it. One of my teachers once told me that when we travel on the spiritual path, it's like walking through the mountains towards a distant peak. When we start out down at the valley, we can't even see the peak. And so we start walking towards it because we hear it's in that direction. And we go up and down higher and higher hills still without seeing it. But a time comes when we come to the top of a particular peak. And from there suddenly we see, oh, there's the mountain I'm going towards. I'm not there yet, there's still a long way I have to travel, but I see it in the distance. Now I know that it's real. I've seen it, even though it's a distance away. So then one has confidence that no one can disturb. So like that, if we practice, the time comes when these things become real to us even long before we realize them. So if enough people in society were moving in that direction, and it doesn't take many, then that faith would be easy because there are people around us who have seen it, and maybe some who have actually reached it. There was a time a few hundred years ago in Europe, Bulgaria, France, other countries, when no one questioned the existence of God. It was assumed by everyone. Not everyone cared about it, about the existence of God. Not everybody was religious. But everyone just assumed that it was true. Why? Because it was a part of the experience of the people in mass. There were enough people who were practicing and who had seen from afar, and a few people who had come to the mountain, that it spread in society. Now as a society, not as individuals, but as a society we have lost that.
Като общество ние вече сме загубили това. Не става дума, че вече няма и такива индивиди, как ги има.
So there has to be a reason why one would believe in God, other than just, well, my tradition says you should.
Така че трябва да има някакви други аргументи за вярата в Бога, нещо, което да отива отвън това, че просто моята религия казва така.
And so again, the reason for it is experience, not theory, not doctrine, not books, not tradition, but because it can be experienced.
И аргументът, че това е нещо, което може да бъде изживяно. Не става дума за книги, за доктрини.
And if we see that as the ultimate reality and the ultimate value,
и това ние го осъзнаваме като върховна ценност, като върховна реалност,
then everything in life begins to find its proper place.
И с този възглед всяко нещо се намира мястото в света.
Suddenly I begin to feel, oh, this is the purpose of life.
И виждам каква е целта на живота.
This is the value of life.
Какъв е смисъл на живота, каква е ценността на живота.
This is the meaning of life.
Смисъла на живота.
And again, like in the Copernican revolution, things become understandable.
И както след Коперниковата революция, нещата започват да стават разбираеми.
I no longer feel lost in life.
И вече не се чувствам като изгубен в този свят, в този живот.
I no longer feel without any direction or any purpose.
И вече не се чувствам като човек, пред който няма посока, пред който няма смисъл.
So, rethinking the self, rethinking what is the world, rethinking what is God or value.
Така че при осмисленето на това какво е себе, какво е външния свят, какво е Бог, какво е ценност.
And then the fourth was the mind. Fourth field of experience was the mind.
И след тях ние стигаме до това какво е умът.
Because the mind again is the instrument of all experience.
Умът това е инструмента на всяко преживяване.
And so yoga is the great science of the mind.
Йога това е голямата наука на ума.
Western psychology has made tremendous advancements in the study of the ordinary mind.
Западната философия напреднала много в изучаването на ежедневния ум.
And that is of great value.
И това, разбира се, е много ценно.
But Indian psychology made a study of the higher nature of the mind.
Но в индийската философия се изучава висшата природа на ума.
How to perfect the mind.
Как да направим ума съвършен.
And so in the future, I am firmly convinced there will be a joining of Western clinical psychology and the depth psychology of yoga.
И аз очаквам, че в бъдеще ще настъпи синтез между западната клинична психология и индийската дълбинна психология.
So these four fields, Vedanta has something of great value to offer in each of these four fields.
Така че Веданта може да добави нещо във всяко от тези четири полета.
Let me just mention a few other things briefly, and then I'll see if there are any questions.
И искам да добавя още няколко неща, които добави времето за въпроси.
Other things that India has to offer to the West.
Нещо друго, което Индия може да предложи на Запада.
And again, offer means a gift if the West decides to take it.
Става дума за дар, който Запада може да го приеме, може да го приеме.
It's not taking something and beating people over the head and saying you have to take it.
Това не е да блъскаш някого по главата, за да го набиеш нещо, да го дадеш на сила.
That's not a gift.
Това не е подарък.
A gift is something that you give and so the person can accept or reject.
Смисъла на подарък е нещо, на дарък е нещо, което може да бъде прието, може и да не бъде прието.
So these are things which are there for people to take if they want them.
Така че има много неща, които са готови за възприемане, стига някой да ги иска.
But of course, I